Oh boy.
Wait, we can do this and we can calculate it.
The blue represents a river.
Does it really?
It does. The red represents you. Will, let me ask you a simple question. You're out camping. You're this red dot at the campground. There's a river nearby. And for some strange reason, you spontaneously human combust and you are now on fire. Where are you running? Come here. The black will represent the path that you run to the river.
Just run.
Draw the path you would follow to the river. Excellent. Thank you. Let's give it up for Will. Now the hard part, Will. Explain to us why you chose that path.
Because it's the least amount of distance to get there.
Beautiful. Shortest distance. You sure?
Yeah.
How would I know that's the shortest distance? Or let me rephrase my question. What's the relationship then between the path that you ran and the river? Dost thou understandeth my question? What can you tell me about that angle?
Yeah, it's 90 degrees.
It's 90 degrees. Outstanding. Are we all in agreement there?
Yeah.
Okay. If you run any other distance other than that path that Will just drew, you will run a further distance. Therefore, you will be on fire longer. Therefore, you will do more damage to your body. And therefore, you will have an unpleasant afternoon. Do you have a comment?
Yeah, probably shouldn't run if you're on fire.
I'm sorry?
You probably shouldn't run if you're on fire.
You should just stand there and burn up.
Stop,
Drop, and rolls overrated.
Then you have more oxygen.
So, Will, let's suppose you answered incorrectly. And you drew this as the path. Okay? Number one, you're going to have a bad afternoon. Number two, how do I know that the green path is longer than the black path?
The sides don't equal 90 degrees.
You mean this angle does not equal 90 degrees?
Yeah.
So? Christian?
You can try the Pythagorean theorem. Yeah.
Don't even need to try it. Trust me, when you're on fire, you're not going to be thinking a squared plus b squared equals c squared. If we look at this triangle that I've drawn, what can you tell me about the green segment?
That's the longest one.
Why?
That's the hypotenuse.
Good, it's the hypotenuse in a right triangle. We know that the hypotenuse is always the longer side. So whether he chooses to run here, or he chooses to run there, or there, or there, notice all I've done is created a whole bunch of right triangles, and every one of those right triangles has that green segment as a hypotenuse, which means that green segment has to be longer than the black segment. So therefore, we started the whole problem with Will giving the correct answer. The point being, the shortest distance between a point and a line is along the perpendicular. Okay? You with me?
Yeah.
That's the first thing to remember. Now, what we're going to do is some algebra to calculate that distance. And I could start some examples with some pretty numbers that work out with cute little answers like 4. But that takes all the fun out of it. So we're going to randomize this bad boy. You love this. Will, since you started this mess, could you give me the coordinates of your campsite? And feel free to get crazy here. There are no restrictions. Let's stay away from things like pi and e and those weird numbers. Let's try to keep whole numbers as the coordinates. But, you know.
I got one. Negative 19.
Uh-huh.
And
32.
Don't listen to peer pressure. This is all you, Will.
Peer pressure is 0.
21.
21. I love it. All right. So his campground is at the coordinates negative 19, 21. And then I'm going to draw a picture for reference. We don't really care if it's graphed accurately. I'm just going to put a line in here. And let's see. Who has more than, who has 3 brothers and sisters? 3 exactly?
Yeah.
How old's the middle one?
24.
Too old. Who had, Emily?
18.
8, too old. 3 brothers and sisters? How many have 1 brother or sister? 1? Okay, how old is your brother?
How old is he? 60.
Too old. Little brother or sister?
Little brother.
Go ahead.
9.
9, beautiful. Okay, so this line is y equals something x plus 9. And he or she?
It's a girl.
It's a girl. What size shoe does she wear?
I think it's like 2.
2.
Yeah. She's really short. So.
She's really short?
Yeah.
Okay, -2 then. So we're going to find the distance between the campsite and you're shedding feathers all over my floor. We're going to find the distance between the campsite and the line. First thing we need to check, because this is a possibility, is that point on the line? Are you just guessing, or there's not a lot of guessing here? It either is or it isn't. How do we determine if that point's on the line?
Because
You could plug the x value in for the x and the y.
Beautiful. Do that, please.
maybe what?
Plug the x and the y into the line. Okay. The answer is no. -19 times -2 is 38. 38 plus 9 is 47. 47 is not equal to 21. The point's not on the line. Good, we can proceed with the calculation. Because I will tell you, if you don't check that, you'll be fairly aggravated when you get to the end of the problem and you get a distance of
0.
0. Yeah. Yeah. Some choice swear words will come out of your mouth. And I don't want to be any part of that. So, for those of you that are memorizers, by memorizers I mean you just memorize how to do things and then you just grind it out, you're done. Okay? You can't memorize how to do these problems. You've got to get in there and understand the concept. So here's the concept. I want to stay along that perpendicular line. That's the distance I need to find. We'll call that D. What's the slope of that black segment?
1/2.
Beautiful. Does everybody understand why?
No.
Oh,
Michael.
Because it's the opposite reciprocal of -2.
Beautiful. It's perpendicular to that line. So I do know right away that the slope of that is positive 1/2. Okay. My whole goal here, and the answer to the question is, what is D? In order to find D, here's the trick. I need to find that big honkin' point. If I can find that point, then life is good, because I use the calculator's distance formula, done. Finding that point, however, is going to be the challenge. We ready? Good. So here's the process. Number 1, I check to make sure that the point's not on the line, because you never know. Number 2, I came up with the slope of the perpendicular line. Opposite reciprocal, we're good to go. I want the equation of that black line now. Can you write the equation of that black line?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How?
Plug the orb here and slopes.
Bingo. 2 things we need for the equation of a line, a slope and a point. I have a slope, I have a point. So therefore the equation of the black line or segment is?
Y minus y minus
Plus
plus 1/2 x minus
Plus.
19.
Beautiful.
I understand.
Okay. So I have the equation of the black line, I have the equation of the blue line. How do I find the black point?
Should have kept going.
How's it been?
Should have kept going.
I ended up in the hospital. Or I pulled something. I had a big race on Sunday, so can't afford it.
You have a big.
How's it?
Or you do actually have a big race?
Yeah, I'm running a marathon on Sunday.
Oh, nice.
You run?
Yeah, I did. Thanks. Hey, fat guy, you run? How's that possible? Hey, someone chasing you? You run for donuts or something?
Alright.
Back to the question. How do we find the black point? Notice the black point is the intersection of the black line and the blue line. What does that mean? Okay.
Oh.
You don't know what that means, or you don't know the answer to the question? Michael?
Isn't it like, with the, if you get those points and the other points, it equals the slope?
Nope.
We have to-
Joe?
We're gonna take the two equations, the y equals negative 2x plus 9, and then the y minus 21 equals 1/2, and we're gonna like either substitute or eliminate.
Oh my god.
Also known as a also known as a system of equations. Why do you think we did that yesterday? You giggles? Oh yeah, you will cry. Some of you might cry before this period's over.
I cried it.
Yeah,
Cried last night.
All right. So, Dev,
Wait, I know what to do.
how do you want to solve this system? Would you like to use substitution or elimination?
Substitution.
Substitution would be a good idea. I'm going to take this mess here and put it in there. So I get negative 2x plus 9 minus
Minus 21.
minus 21 equals, and I'm going to do that right away. Oh boy. It's happened already, 19 halves. Okay. So now you have a choice. And this is what makes this such a great country. Do you want to stay with the fractions, or do you want to multiply it by a number to get rid of the fractions? It's entirely up to you. Multiply. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of the denominators here by multiplying by 2. Negative 4x plus 18 minus 42 equals x plus 19. 5x is equal to 18 minus 42 is 24.
Yep.
Negative 24 minus 19 is negative 43. Can somebody check that for me? It is. Beautiful. Oh boy. Sorry. Negative 43 over 5. Just for practice, I know that doesn't simplify, but let's check just to make sure. How do you check to see if that'll simplify on the calculator?
Do the fraction thing.
Do the fraction-y thing, thank you. Negative 43 divided by 5, enter, math, enter, enter. And it's going to tell you negative 43 over 5.
Yeah.
However, having done that, you can then store that into x. Stow x. And now it's in there.
Where's the math?
Left-hand side, third or fourth from the top. It's the one that says math on it.
Under
Oh
alpha.
my goodness.
All right, Deb, back to you. Now that I have x, what do I do with that? I have a couple options where to plug it in. Here or here, top or bottom. Which one would you prefer?
Bottom.
Good, bottom. Take this and bring it up here and use the calculator for that. You should already have this stored in x. So on the home screen, all you need to do is type negative 2x plus 9. Enter. It'll give you an ugly fraction. Math, do the math fraction-y thing. Math, enter, enter, and y turns out to be
131 over 5.
131 over 5. Can somebody confirm?
Yes.
That's not right.
That was a really big guess.
That was awesome.
Oh, I didn't add 9 to
Okay, we're not done yet. Negative 43 fifths, comma, 131 fifths. You've done the hard work. Now you do the easy work. Actually, you don't even have to do the work. You let the calculator do the work. Find the distance between negative 19, 20, 21 and negative 43 fifths, 131 fifths. You can type that into the calculator, into the program, just like it looks. Negative 43 divided by 5 for x2. 131 divided by 5 for y2.
Okay.
Got it.
So many numbers.
Okay, hold on.
It's a weird number. Wait.
That's okay, we like
We'd
weird
have
numbers.
2 points to do that.
We do have 2 points.
Oh, yeah.
Fraction, you just do
Okay.
It's on the program.
Oh, okay. See,
Yeah.
is
Right here.
Is equal to
What do you got?
I got it.
Yeah, but like the
We're in our final answers. We're going to take a decimal answer rounded to the nearest, or to 2 decimal places, to the nearest 100th place. So in other words, 2 decimal places. So what do you got?
11.63.
Well done. Okay.
That was awful.
So you had to run 11.63 feet on fire. Hopefully they're feet and not miles. We did not establish distance when we started.
That'd be terrible if it was running 11 miles.
You'd have to grind, grind out the distance part of
I
myself.
probably wouldn't.
Okay, are we good?
Yes, sir.
Good.
Sure.
That's just a warm up.
Oh
Thanks, Mr. Will.
Why math?
What are we
Next
doing?
problem.
Yeah.
Ha 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 ha.
Okay, so if we go back, you'll notice all of you would solve this problem the exact same way. We all solved it together the exact same way, and there's no other options. That's how you would. Well, the only option you could make is Deb made the choice to do substitution. You could have done elimination, but that's it. The problem has to be solved the same. What you're not going to like about this next problem is there are an infinite number of ways to solve the problem.
Oh my God.
And all of them can be right. There's an infinite number of correct solutions. There's also an infinite number of incorrect solutions. Let's avoid the incorrect and stay with the correct side. Okay? So we're going to take 2 parallel lines.
I'm getting too sorry.
You're confused about parallel lines?
Well, how could there be a number of infinite?
Well, you'll
or-
see.
I
Be
mean,
patient, oh wise one. Morgan, give me a slope.
1/2.
1/2. Love it.
Fractions?
That's a good slope.
Her choice. Back off. And what size shoe do you wear?
7.
7. Well done. Jack, when's your birthday? What month?
November.
November. So that's 1 month away. Well done. Okay. First things first. Notice the title is Distance Between Parallel Lines. Are these lines parallel?
Yeah.
How do you know?
Well, we don't know that
Their slopes are the same.
Their slopes are the same. They're parallel.
Never mind.
Okay. Here's where the weirdness comes in.
Oh no.
You have to find a point on one of the lines. Okay? So,
Great.
Ashley, which line would you like? Let's label these lines. We'll call this M and we'll call that N. Would you like to work with line M or line N? Mongoose or narwhal? Narwhal. Excellent. Could you please tell me a point on line N? Nope.
1, 2.
Nope. Change your X value, make your life easier.
Zero, 1.
0, 1 works.
Good job.
Yeah, good. See what I mean about changing the X value? If you make your X value 1, then you have to multiply it by 1/2, and you would have the point, actually, it'd be 1 comma 3/2. So if you choose wisely for your point, it'll make your life a lot easier. You understand now where the infinite choices comes in. I could pick 1,000,000, and you would have the point 1,000,000, comma 500,001. Okay, I don't suggest that. Pick smart X values. 0 works nicely. What else would be a good X value? 2 would work nicely. 2 comma 2. 2 comma 2. 2 times 1/2 is 1 plus 1 is 2. But we'll go with Ashley's answer of I forgot what you said already.
0,
0, 1, thank you. Okay, so we're going to put that right there, 0, comma 1. Helpful hint. We're done with this now. We need this equation for nothing else, so put a line through it, or an X. So you don't accidentally go back and plug stuff into it. I took the problem that was the distance between parallel lines, and I changed it now into the previous problem we've just done. Now I'm finding the distance between a point and a line, so I want that distance, D. What's the slope of that black segment?
-2.
-2. Opposite reciprocal. How are we doing so far? Good. What's the equation of that black segment?
Y minus 1 equals -2 times x the other side.
Now what do I do? System between the black segment and the other blue segment. That's why we crossed this out. You don't want to accidentally go back to the first equation or first line. You want to go to the new line we haven't touched yet. So we're solving the system then between that line and this line. The braces help because the braces indicate that you are solving a system. If you're bad at drawing braces, then just think of drawing a face where that's a nose. Or just draw a brace.
Can I just do like
You can do whatever you want, but this is America. Far right on. How do you want to solve that?
substitution.
Substitution works well for me. 1/2 x plus 7 minus 1 equals -2x. You want to multiply by 2 or can you handle the 1/2? All right, big talkers. So 6, and bring this to the other side is -1/2, and that's 4/2, so that's -5/2 x. Oh, this isn't so bad. So x is equal to -12/5.
Yep.
Oh, this is reasonable even. Whether you do it by hand or use the calculator, you could check to see if that reduces, but hopefully you're all bright enough to realize that -12/5 won't reduce. Take this and plug it in there. So y is equal to 1/2 times -12/5 plus 7. So y is equal to -12/10. So -58/10 would be -29/5.
Yes.
Oh, +29/5. I do that right?
Yep.
Sure.
If you have trouble with fractions, then do -12/5, store it in for x, plug in 1/2 x plus 7 in your home screen, convert it back to a fraction, get 29/5. So, this point is -12/5, comma, 29/5. Therefore, the distance is equal to Hey everybody, it's Mrs. Kanupke.
It's going well so far.
Has anybody cried yet? Kaylin has dark glasses on, so she might be crying behind her glasses, but I don't think she is.
One kid's deleted, so I need it back. She's fine.
Madeline had one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did they come with a new calculator?
I don't know, where'd you get that cord?
It came with a new one.
Yeah.
I got 5.
No, no, told me that. Awesome.
Bye. I'll need that back because I teach
I'm already
another.
done,
I
so
need
like-
another section. Well, obviously you're already done. You're up here. Yeah. I'm concerned about their understanding, though, unlike you. Hey, Mrs. Kanupke's leaving.
Bye, Mrs. Kanupke.
Where were we? Oh, do you got an answer?
I got 5.1.
5.1?
5.37.
Hold on. Wait a second. Okay. What is it?
5.37.
Okay, we good?
Yeah.
Now, just to prove that this works, I'm going to do the problem again. You don't have to write this down,
Oh.
but I'm going to pick a different starting point. Okay? Can I erase this?
Yeah.
Everybody have this? Because once it's gone, it's gone.
Yeah.
All right. So let's get rid of this. Whoa, that's a big eraser.
Wait, Preston, I got 5 points.
All right, let's pick a different point to start.
Oh, there's so many dots.
Oh, don't worry, I'm going back. I
They're
can't.
so big.
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave that there just to taunt you. Oh, my finger like magically erased that. I'm gonna leave that right there. In case you can't see it, it's right there. You can all, now you see it, right? Okay, good. I'm gonna leave that there just to bother some of you.
No.
I know, it's horrible. Okay. Let's pick a different point. Let's try the point, what?
We don't have to write this.
No, just watch. I just want to prove that we'll get the same answer there. Let's pick something crazy like 10, 6. All right. So that slope is -2. So y minus 6 is equal to -2 times the quantity x minus 10. And we're solving the system between these two, plus 7. And then you can put the braces because we're solving a system. So then doing substitution, 1/2 x plus 7 minus 6 equals -2x plus 20. Let's see, that's 1, and then bring the 20 over is -19, and -2, we did that already, didn't we? Yeah, because it was the same thing, which turned out to be, what did I do, -5/2 x, which means that x is equal to 38/5. Still not bad. Take this. Here I'm going to need some help because I'm too lazy to do it. Somebody tell me what y is then. Wait, I can do that. 38/10 plus 70/10 is 108/10, which is 54/5.
Sure.
Yep.
Thanks for the help. Which makes this point now 38/5, comma 54/5. Somebody do a distance for me there between 10, 6 and that point, and confirm that it should also be 5.37.
Okay, maybe it's
Yeah, it worked out? Hot diggity.
okay.
Okay, there you go. That's what you're going to be doing tonight. One last thing to talk about. Let me give you another option here. Let's look at two vertical lines. Let's do x equals 2 and x equals 5. We can go through the whole process that we just went through. However, if you're crafty, you can come up with the answer like that. What's the distance between those parallel lines, Nicole?
3.
3, correct. Because they're vertical, if I want to know the distance between them, I just need to count 5 to 2 is 3. That doesn't mean that you can't pick a point on one line, let's say 5, 10, and find the distance and the slope and do all that other fun stuff. But with vertical and horizontal lines, it's pretty much just counting how far apart they are. Okay, we good?